At this point, I'm pretty sure that everybody knows how to save their work. But Photoshop actually has a few special ways of saving your files that make the files more useful for different applications. So today I want to talk a little bit about normal save versus export. Let's start with normal save. If you have a piece of work that you're finished with, but you might need to edit it later or turn it into some other variation, some other size, some other format, you want to do a save as. And everybody knows where this is. You go to the File menu, choose Save As, choose your destination, and your file format. If you want the layered version, so you can edit later, save as Photoshop. If you are saving something for print, you probably want to choose the, and you probably can't see this will be off your screen, TIFF, T-I-F-F, is a great version for saving for print. Hit save, and you're golden. If you, on the other hand, are trying to save things for the web, if you are doing banner ads, if you're doing social media ads, we need to do something called optimizing the file. Every file, in addition to having sizes like, 300 pixels by 600 pixels and a format like a JPEG or a GIF, also has a file size. That's how much space it actually literally takes up on your hard drive, and that's usually measured in kilobytes or megabytes. Well, we need to be able to manipulate those down because sometimes you actually have restrictions on how many megabytes you can upload. So let's say, for example, we are going to save this little ad for the web. Instead of doing File Save, what we would do is we'd go to the same File menu and we would choose File Export. There's a couple of ways to go about this. Quick Export as PNG will do it, but I actually find I like their old Save for Web legacy version for its ability to control what exactly you're creating. So I'm going to choose that. That's File, Export, Save for Web. It's going to open your work in a brand new dialog. I'm going to shrink my screen a little bit so you can see everything. First thing I want you to notice is if you look over here in the bottom, in the lower left corner, it will say just exactly how many kilobytes or megabytes this file has. And this one is actually fairly small in a JPEG format. If you look in the upper right, here are our options for changing the size and the file size of this document. A JPEG at 100%, we were sitting at 150 kilobytes. But what if I am being required to turn this into a GIF? Well, I can choose GIF from this little pull-down menu. And I'm going to push hard on not doing GIF on 8 colors because it looks absolutely terrible. GIFs are usually best reserved for images that are nothing but broad areas of flat color, like logos, or if you're going to animate something, and that is an entirely different animal. But if you wanted to save as a GIF, you can choose whichever colorway you wanted to, 16 colors, 32 colors, and as you add more colors, you pay attention to what's going on down here on your file size. You'll see at 32 colors, we're at 56K. If I bring it up to 128, we're still at 83K. And all of a sudden, this image looks a heck of a lot better. And so saving it as a GIF with a lot more colors gets you a much smaller file size. Not too many people save as GIF. More often, you're going to save as JPEG, or you're going to save as PNG files. I would go with PNG 24 whenever you can. Usually it's better resolution. You can see that it still looks pretty nice as a PNG format, but if you look down in the bottom corner, we're at 246K. So that is significantly bigger than our original 150. For an image that is like this, that is a copy of, or a combination rather, of photo and text, usually JPEG is going to be your best bet unless somebody requires you to do something different. Now, within the JPEG, we have the ability to change the resolution, or rather the file size. If you look up here, we've got JPEG. This is at maximum quality. I can actually drop this quality way down to something super low like 10, but you start to see artifacts and it starts to look really fuzzy in the image. However, we are now down to 15K. So there's this correlation between the quality and the file size. What you're going to want to try to do is find the sweet spot between the lowest quality you can get, but still having quality on the screen, and then therefore the smallest file size. I have brought this down to about 70. Still looks pretty good. We're now down at 60K. The smaller these file sizes, while still having some decent resolution, makes them load much faster on the web and load much faster in mobile devices. So that's really why we're doing this. And I mean, if any of you have ever run into upload restrictions, this is also why we do this. So once you have reached that sweet spot that you're happy, it looks good, it's a small file size, you can hit save. Name it accordingly, put it where you want it, and then that is the final file that you will submit to your ultimate destination.